Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Danja Vasiliev. I came here from Berlin, though originally being from St. Petersburg in Russia. I live in Europe for the last 10 years, and in the last 5 years, I run a studio in Berlin together with my colleagues, Julian Oliver, Bengt Hjolen, and Gordon Savicic. We describe our work as critical engineering, and we came up with the term critical engineering as a replacement for word media art that we felt, well, rather constrained by, because in our belief and our understanding of this word, it didn't have enough criticality built into it. It wasn't delivering the message that we in fact wanted to deliver. And the message relates quite seriously to how should we deal with our present environment, with our current environment that surrounds us. We are surrounded with a very dense technological matter. We are challenged every day with the technology that we have created. In fact, we have created after our own example. The technology that we have is not an alien technology. It's something that's been developing with us, being developed by us within the last centuries. Nevertheless, we have come to the point when this child, let's say, of humanity has overgrown its parent that dramatically that we are getting lost. We are easily getting lost in what we have created. And as you see in the statement behind me, engineering has indeed become the most transformative language because it describes the matter of technology, the matter of our advance, and it changes the way how we communicate and think. It changes our behavior, it changes our patterns of everyday life. Yet, we are very progressively becoming more and more distant from what we made. We can hardly grasp the very workings of technology, and in our perception, from perception of critical engineering, critical engineers, this is a very dangerous effect. This is a very dangerous element of our technology. That is why it is very important to be literate in our present environment, to know how to read it, know how to influence it, and know what's it made of. It wouldn't be a solution to require everyone to become engineers, everyone to require to learn the very fundamental elements on which technology is built, especially communications technology in this case, because it simply wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't be possible for everyone, for every single one of us to know what minerals to extract from the earth, what process to apply to those minerals to turn them into workable material, how to put those materials together, in what order, how to create transistors from dirt, how to program those transistors, and how to make computers. Like, we cannot know this. It is impossible. There was a gorgeous project that attempted to recreate a toaster, and that simple and beautiful effort has shown us how outgrown the technology is. We simply cannot access it as easily. Though what we can do, we can inform ourselves about the building blocks of this technology. We can educate ourselves regarding how things are connected, and through that be much closer to what we are surrounded by, and understand much better what the rules are. Because in particular, considering the internet is the most misunderstood technology today, yet it has effect on everything we do, from getting up in the morning and looking up news, having our software being updated and sending emails and so on and so forth. And this technology of communication is created an enormous dependency we have on something that we don't understand. And how fascinating, in fact, that is, you know. It's, for me personally, it's often comparable, like, was I to step out into the street and not know what is actually happening. I would know, like, okay, I have to go straight, I have to reach there, but I wouldn't know that the brick comes from above, that the car comes from the side, that the red light means no. What if I didn't know that? Like, to what amount of, if not danger, then a complete sort of mental disaster would I be exposed to? Yet this is often what happens on the internet, I find personally, because lots of people, yet being advanced power users of network-based web interfaces, let's say, have hardly any understanding or knowledge as in what lays beyond it. And through that, our reality becomes, let's say, a browser-defined reality. We perceive what we know through the browser, yet we don't know what lays beyond there. And I think this is pretty dangerous. Dangerous as in something that needs to be paid attention to, not as dangerous, not dangerous as like, oh, let's get all scared and sort of start hiding. No, we have to learn about these things and we have to educate our children. I think, personally, not to sound too harsh, I think it is a crime that there is no technical education in schools pointed toward deconstruction of what modern technology is, in particular the internet. One solution to that is a project that myself and a team of 4 other people, Michael Yaga, Yosham Yaga, Michael Cedar, Teresa Dillon, and myself came up with as a Superglue project, which is an answer to unclouding of the internet. Because personally I find the term internet cloud be a very clouded term indeed. It is a metaphorical name for otherwise very physical system. It is a very clouded allegory to otherwise very material infrastructure that sits somewhere in the desert in North American continent and stores a lot of our data. Instead, we decided to come up with a project that would negate this and give every user the power to hold his or her data at home, to actually materialize that bit of the internet, materialize that infrastructure, and give that bit of infrastructure to every user. It would look like this, or close to this. It's in fact an off-the-shelf device, something that you can just buy in your local hardware store, and by using that bit of software that we have created, turn this device, modify it. In fact, it would be a software firmware modification, modify this device into from being a dumb wireless router, turn it into a fully functional, fully fledged internet server and keep it at home, you know, like plug it into a wall and just have it there and see its green light blink every time someone or something accesses your information. Instead of it being hidden somewhere and being completely ephemeral, we try to materialize it into an object, into a tangible element that you can look at, you can hold, and you can take it out of the wall and say, no, today you are not accessing my information because I'm holding it in my hands, you know, and it's only mine today. I think it is very important to turn that, whatever that is, the internet, the cloud, from being air, turn it into material things such as that little device I was showing you. And thanks a lot to FutureEverything, I was invited to run a workshop, one of the first Superglue workshops, which was held yesterday. Personally, I think with great results. We had about 10 participants, and each of them succeeded setting up his or her own Superglue node, Superglue server, and configure it and create a page using the second part of the project, which is a browser add-on for very simple on-the-fly, in the browser website creation, and create those personal sites, personal web pages hosted on personal devices. I think it is a very human response to otherwise very non-human and very corporate and commercially driven technologies that we are surrounded by. And I would like to show you a film now. I hope this will work, because I don't have my computer here. So if we could start the film.
One of the original aims of the internet was to create a decentralized system which allowed people to self-publish and share ideas. As it matured, large companies began to monopolize the net and restrict its freedoms and its uses. At Superglue, our aim is to develop tools which give users back their internet independence and allow you to reshape the web and maintain its self-made and self-hosted ethos. To do this, we have created a visual web authoring and mini-server toolkit that allows you to make your own websites and host them at home. The Superglue authoring tool comes as a handy browser add-on which enables you to create websites directly in the browser window. With no predefined templates to follow, Superglue offers a free-form and playful way to create the site designs and structure you want. Everything you and other users create automatically becomes part of the Superglue creative repository, so you can share, use, and modify the design elements. To host your site, the Superglue mini server runs locally at your home. As our mini server requires less computing power, it's kinder to the environment and provides you with greater control and privacy over the site's day-to-day management. As Superglue allows you to manage your own local network, you also have the option to work in an off-grid mode or in areas without internet access. This means you can run your website and communicate to the world without needing to always be online. At Superglue, we believe that these features will offer you more choice, while also maintaining the do-it-yourself ethos from which the web developed. And we hope that you enjoy using Superglue as much as we have enjoyed making it.
To the DIY nature of the internet, I think that is one of the primer fascinations that drove us toward creation of projects such as Superglue, because indeed we should all consider ourselves not just be consumers of media, consumers of the network, but in fact actual participants, actual producers, if you will, within that sphere. And we can only do that by having to become active members, active nodes of the internet. How should we do that? We should learn about the network. We should learn what it is, and we should actually get our stuff, get our shit together and do it, because unless we do that, it will just become more and more industrialized, and we will lose more and more of what is called our network culture. Because without having to be active contributors, without having to gain the ability to actually manage and manipulate the very medium our culture is based on, we are going to lose what otherwise needs to be owned by us. And considering ownership, I think that is one of the primer methods, primer ways of achieving better control of our ownership is to learn the medium on which this ownership can be executed upon. And I think I will leave you with this thought. Thank you.